Hello, hello, hello. My name is NicholassRivas, and I talk about politics and stuff. And today we're going to be talking about the justification of the Ukraine war, if there even is one. So, in the aftermath of the Ukraine war, many of people on all political spectrums have come to the defense of the Russian army for a plethora of reasons. There's no right, wrong answer, I guess, in the sense of this whole global scheme of the world. With the history that Ukraine and Russia has, there's no black and white here. There's no good guy, bad guys, but I think objectively we can say that Russia invading a sovereign country is bad, right? Like, you can't just walk into another country and fight them and not look like the good guys unless, you were provoked. They were unprovoked. They attacked a country to seemingly no reason. From Western people, uh, I couldn't tell you the full extent of what the hell's going on, what the culture's like, what the border country is to Ukraine. What the more border towns, how they relate to Russia versus how someone more west of them deal with Russia and their mindset. Like I can't tell you the relationship these countries and their people have. I know places like Catalonia want to separate from the greater Spain. So it's definitely never black and white. It's definitely years and years of history, from the Israel-Palestinian war to the ongoing Pakistan versus, I think, China, right? Like, there's always going to be these two countries that have beef and have a history, and we as Westerners may not fully grasp what's going on between them, right? That being said, many of the arguments that I'm seeing I feel are very disgusting, and they hold no truth to why Russia and Ukraine are fighting. Because, like I said, I don't know the history. I don't know anything between the two countries. But I hear the justification and go, that's not a justification. Like, what the fuck? There was this beautifully done video by a guy who painted the history of Russia and Ukraine and the Western societies as a whole, and it was really interesting and thought provoking. But halfway through, he starts painting Ukraine as having an army filled with Nazis. And I've heard this argument before. I've heard a plethora of people say this about Russia, about Ukraine, both sides calling each other Nazis, both sides saying that we're doing it because of we're trying to get rid of their Nazi issue. Like, are you really gonna like, are you gonna bat an eye if Hitler was killed back before he could do any damage? No, we're doing that. Like, that's how they're painting it. And there might be more depth to it. When I look at most wars, it's usually because of resources and power. Like, we didn't stay in the Middle East as the United States because we just thought it was a pretty cool place to be. Like, no, we wanted to have power within the Middle East, and we wanted to hold some of their oil, or get power to get some of their oil. Like, it wasn't just a kindness of our heart. And of course, with 9/11, people felt justified in doing so, saying that we were just trying to get Osama bin Laden. So there were reasons for it in the eyes of many Westerners. Not saying it's right, but this is how people trying to justify it, or they feel it's not even justification. It's just, oh, this is what we have to do because of 9/11, because of this. This is how people painted themselves, and we come to find years later that even after Osama bin Laden is killed, we're still there. So I feel like the goalpost has been moved, and we keep seeing that with countries like Ukraine and the war between Russia. Like, it doesn't seem like these are valid reasons per se, or reasons that aren't just goalpost moving of sort. So I hold this with a little bit of hesitancy when I'm hearing that like, we're doing this because of Nazis, right? Like, it just doesn't feel right. So I don't know. I think it's a very interesting topic, but that justification has been bugging me because I feel like, of course, I'm against Nazis, but I don't believe that this is a valid reason. Like, I don't believe that they're doing this out of the kindness of their heart. When I hear that we're fighting Nazis, I think, okay, cool, but our country has Nazis, like the United States. Shit, we have Nazis in our military too. Are they painting that the entire Ukraine government is Nazis? Because I feel like there's no grounds besides maybe a few people here and there. And I'm not trying to dumb it down. If your general, like a top general, is a Nazi, that's terrible. If your random civilians are Nazis, then I'm like, well, that's bad, but it's not my country's doing to stop your country from bigotry and Nazism, you know? And so it definitely feels weird to hear them try to justify this in a sense. But I also believe too that it's just optics. Like they're just trying to paint a better picture for the Westerners to feel sympathetic. I think many Russian sympathizers at first were even, you know, many Russian fans were still like, you know, even though I'm more on the side of Russia, them doing this was just wrong objectively. But by using this like, oh, it's the Nazis, you go, oh, okay, that makes it a little bit better. But it doesn't justify it. Like, it doesn't make me go, like, it's like saying like, I didn't cheat on you. Like, I was stopping her from feeling lonely. And you're like, oh, what a nice note. Wait a minute. Like, the more you start thinking about it, the more you're like, that doesn't justify the insanity of just attacking someone unprovoked, you know, unless they blew up you, right? But like, there was many articles where I saw where people were saying Russia did this because they attacked us at this, that, and then you look at the place that they presumably or theoretically attacked, and it was like a place in Ukraine that was taken over by Russia. So there's definitely nuances, but I think it's a lot of Russia is doing propaganda and making people feel sympathetic of their cause. And in reality, it's just a power grab and control of a country because they're terrified or angry at the Western world, which is a whole different debate too. Like, if we didn't invade NATO, would this have occurred? I don't know. I'm not that smart of a person to even say this, and I'm not trying to make a cop out, but I just don't know. What I do know is that if we try to say like we're trying to stop their Nazism, who the hell are we to do that? Like, who is Russia to say that they know how to handle Ukraine's Nazi issues when they can just handle it themselves? And if they aren't, then that's not our fucking business. I can't see a world where I would want, you know, say there's a bunch of white supremacists in Kentucky. I don't want Russia going in and saying, hey, let's help you with that. Like, no, who the fuck are you? Like, we'll handle that shit, you know, the way we'll handle it. But to y'all, like, it ain't your job, and your occupation of war isn't gonna help. I just feel like countries should just stay out of other countries' businesses, and if it threatens them, of course. So like, I think in their mind, with your Nazi fear, it might spread over here. I just think that is a very weak government to think that you can just have Nazis come in. And again, I know that's very new age, privileged idea, but to me, it just seems, it makes sense, you know? Like, who are we to be fearful of one's country's issues? How is it going to come into ours if we don't just handle our shit like we should, you know? So, I don't know, it just definitely feels weird. I'm definitely not a fan of it when I hear these, fuck you. I'm about to die. So I think I can just end it here. Because, I mean, this guy's probably going to come clutch, but I don't know. Just the idea, I'm still alive. I guess the idea is still just kind of, to me, to just try to go in there and tell another country how to do their thing. But I think I've rambled enough and hit all the points. I'll just let the gameplay speak for itself. But yeah, gabagoo. Love y'all.
Give him my shields a recharge.
Charging my shields. I need energy ammo. Here enough. Hold on.
Until close. Rings nearby.
Last two enemy squads are just back from healing, as you are on the elevator. Good. Standing taller will make them easier to spot.
Got some materials for us.
45 seconds until the ring closes. If it takes you out, that's natural selection. Rings. I need energy ammo. Healing up. I need energy ammo. Recharging shields.
One sec, healing up.
Picked up some materials.
10 seconds. The ring is... I just gotta patch myself up.
Warning, ring closing.
The ring's closing. Let's not get caught outside. What's interesting over here? Come on.
Got some materials.
Thanks.
Attention, delivering care package.
Yeah, got a care package coming in.
I need energy ammo. Ready for stuff. Switching it up.
Got a care package here. Phoenix kit here. Found an extended energy mag. Level Graber here.
I'll use that. On second thought, scrap that.
I just gotta patch myself up.
Kraber here. It'll knock the fur right off your prey.
Not all of us are in the ring.
Damn it. Got a mark in my head.
Got one here. Looks scared. I don't blame him.
Recharging shield.
Attention, delivering indicator.
Found an enemy. Close. Any closer, I'd be behind him.
Check out that rebel.
Reloading.
Watch my back. I'm healing.
Putting up some amped cover. There's an enemy.
Recharging my shield. Taking fire.
There's a fool mates.
Shatter the prey shield. Recharging my shield.
Took down an enemy. Give me a sec.
This way.
Healing.
Need some help here. Echo's terrible at healing. Hunting over there.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Charging my
Let's move
shields.
here. Need some help here. Echo's terrible at healing.
Shots fired, and they're hitting me.
Hey, right here. I'm down. Need help.
45 seconds.
This one's free.
We're out here to
Remember
save
that.
the day.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Hey, one in here.
Got a bad guy.